Howdy do y'all, this is John, and today we are talking about Shelby Oaks, a new movie that just came out on VOD right now. Then Shelby Oaks, it deals with this young woman. Her sister went missing back in 2008. She was part of a group of YouTube ghost hunters called the Paranormal Paranoids. Then this event occurs, and it reignites her sister's case, and this young woman decides to just go out on her own to find her sister, and bring her home. Now, to address the elephant in the room, this is the directorial debut of YouTuber Chris Stuckmann. And, just like a lot of other people, I used to watch his channel. Haven't really, since his shift from film criticism to film appreciation or whatever bullcrap he says. But undeniably, though, I was looking forward to his movie, and this is a little too big of an event for us YouTubers for me to ignore. So without further ado, here's what I think of Shelby Oaks. And I'm going to get started on what I liked. And to be quite honest, I do like the atmosphere and tone of the film. Shelby Oaks is appropriately very dark. There's not a lot of humor in the film, thankfully. And, Stuckmann understood that something like this, with the subject matter that Shelby Oaks has, the themes that it has, it's just not appropriate to have this lighthearted, goofy tone. This has to be dark. The film's cinematography and music also perfectly complement the tone and atmosphere of the movie. I don't know who did the cinematography in the film. However, it was very moody, very dark, and, if the horror elements were more effective, the whole tension and suspense would be great. The Newton brothers did the music. Props to them. I think that the music also complemented everything perfectly. The acting was kind of a mixed bag. I do like some of the actors in the movie. Camille Sullivan, for example, as the main character, Mia, I think her name is. She does a good job. She is the sister who's just trying to find her missing sister. And Camille Sullivan, with her performance, when she's scared, she feels scared. When she's angry, she seems angry. She really sold the whole, hey, I'm just a person trying to find my sister type of character. That being said, the writing of the film, good lord. The movie's writing, it feels like Chris Stuckmann was just in there going, okay, I don't know if I'm going to make another movie again, so I just want to throw in everything that I've wanted to throw into a movie into this little pan that I'm cooking, and cook and hope for the best. And instead, the food came out raw. A lot of the ideas that Stuckmann had were underdeveloped. There's just simply too much going on and not enough screen time for it. If Stuckmann had just simply, been more focused on this mystery thriller idea that he initially had, and just focused on, a girl trying to find her sister, then I think things would have been a lot more different. One of the underdeveloped things are the devil dogs. They just kind of show up without warning, and you're just sitting there going, okay, what's the point of view? There really isn't much. There's also some CGI in the film And you can really tell they did not have the budget for it. For instance, instead of using real dogs for the devil dogs, Stuckmann used CGI dogs. Why? I don't know. I understand working with animals is difficult, but sometimes it's the best thing you can do. Because the CGI on those devil dogs is just, it's horrendous. And as far as the horror element goes, even though they had a lot of ingredients correct, I just wasn't scared by this film. It's sad because, like I said, a lot of the ingredients are there, and they are the right ingredients. You know, slow pace, tension, suspense, cinematography's on point. But at the end of the day, I just wasn't scared by the movie. I was just sitting there looking at my TV, looking like one of the lions in Lion King, just sitting there going, ooh, scary. This guy's at the end of the day, Shelby Oaks. You know, on one hand, I'd like to see what Stuckmann does in the future. But on the other hand, I don't know if he's going to get a second chance, because he kind of messed up here. On one hand, you know, he showed that he could be a good director. He had the right tone, right atmosphere. Visually speaking, this movie was pretty on point. But on the other hand, on the writing end, he made a lot of mistakes. Like I said earlier, because I like this point, he put too much food in the pan. And the meal he was trying to create, that was this movie, came out raw. He made a lot of mistakes from putting, you know, just too much stuff into the narrative, to the unnecessary use of CGI that did not turn out well. And also, he just made a horror movie that's just not scary, and I would argue not super entertaining. I'm going to give Shelby Oaks a 3. Well, that's all the time I have for today. Please look forward to more videos real soon. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Please also subscribe if you're new. Please don't forget, I have a secondary channel where I do gaming content. Please go check that out. And as per usual, please remember, the Badetsky will return.